Estoy en el cadro o no? God, it's too hot here. Hey guys, I hope that you are all doing amazingly well. We're on Saturday. What I have done today, I went to the gym, I did my stuff. It's like 5, I haven't eaten my lunch yet. But I ate a lot of snacks because I was like, you have to record the video before it's night outside. So just enjoy it. By the way, I think I'm gonna close this. I don't know if it's better. Anyway, so today, what are we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about something that I wanted to talk about a long time ago.
Why I started doing CrossFit.
A year and a half ago now, so in 2019. Yeah. So I used to do bodybuilding. I started doing it a long time ago. Why I started doing it, that's another story, because I wanted to prepare for the semi-marathon. My cousin put me like the idea, he was like, you have to do it with me. I was like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm kind of like as we call a ship. I follow people when whatever they want to do, whatever, however, like I just follow people. He told me, he was like, do you want to do the semi-marathon with me? I was like, yeah, why not, but I'm not prepared. He was like, all right, it's in January, we're in September, you have 4 months to get prepared, so you have to go to the gym at least 30 minutes per day to run and to do some stuff, or like building your muscles and all. I was like, okay, and I started doing this every day. I started with 30 minutes, an hour and a half, 2 hours. After 3 years, I was like going to the gym 6 hours per day. I was just done with it, like, you know, repeating the same movement. I started like, I don't know if you've ever done that, just saving videos from Instagram on like people that were just doing, I don't know, instead of doing normal curl, they were doing like normal curl with one lateral like extension or stuff like this. I was like, all right, like that's better than my normal curl on Tuesday, let's do this. And I've done this. I changed all my stuff, and also I think that I'm a bit sick. I hope that it's not corona. We are done with the sentence, aren't we? I've done this for a long time, and like really I started going to the gym at 11. I didn't have the right to, by the way. I'm 16 now, so I stopped like, yeah, maybe 5-6 years training. Yeah, so I started doing CrossFit once. It was like during Ramadan. I was really tired. I remember how I felt this day. It was the first time in my whole life that I was like, oh, I'm kind of tired right now. It's so boring. So I just sat and stopped doing all the things that I wanted to do. I just took my phone and I started like looking at what's going on internet and all. I saw a picture of a guy posting like his t-shirt, like he was another coach from the gym, with like writing CrossFit on his shirt, and he was like lifting a bar. I asked the another coach, I was like, what is CrossFit? So we have 2 boxes in Marrakesh. CrossFit is this. It's so good. If you want to try, that would be amazing. But, and then he said this, and now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, my god, you really believed him? He said, that's not, like, that can be really dangerous. I was like, yeah, everything can be dangerous if you don't listen to coaches, if you don't put in the work, the good work. If you just go and rush a bar and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna snatch 100 kilos today, even if I don't pass 55, let's just put 70, like. So when it comes to saying that something is dangerous, you can say that everything is dangerous. If you say that everything is dangerous, you're not gonna do anything. So like, that's another subject. So I really like, I was like, all right, like he told me like the 2 neighbors of the box that were in Marrakesh. I was like, okay, let's try one. I went to both. I tried. Just saying that I didn't have the right to to start doing CrossFit because I was 14. But guess who started? Guess who, like, how can I say? Said that I was 16 instead of 14, so that was good for me, but that was a lie, and in fact I felt like very shame, but at the same time I feel very happy that I did it, because if I didn't, I don't know if I had, like, in fact in the first gym when I went and I told them I was 14, they said that I didn't have the right to, that I had to do like a kids class, and that pissed me off. Like, seriously, just training twice a week, and I like used to train 6 hours per day. I was like, no, that's not for me. Sorry, I have something in my eyes. So I went to the other gym. I didn't tell them. I just said 16. They were like, all right, like, just come. We're gonna all train together. I was like, okay, that's good. So I started doing CrossFit there, and in fact I left like Morocco 3 months later. So I started in April. I left in August. So 4 months. So I went after 4 months, so it was in August. I went to, so we came here in Spain. I went to a gym here. And I kept the thing, and I can't, like, after that, but here I didn't lie, in fact, because I knew that I was like staying. But there it was very funny to see how I felt in love so quickly of it. After just a couple of, like, the first day I loved it. After a week I was addicted.
After a month, I wanted to be the fittest on earth.
And now I found that amazing when I like just think about it, and I'm like, wow, I used to dance, I used to do other stuffs, and of course I've always been like really into everything that I've done. Like, when I think about something, I used to dance 5 hours per day. Like, I'm really abused, and that gave me so many things. I also have done gymnastics for a long time. C'est pas grave, qu'est-ce que t'as? Tu veux de l'aide? I can't tell you how I started. Like, I remember the first week, like, you know, CrossFit is always hard. It's never, like, by hard, because people, when I said that CrossFit is hard, they're like, oh, but no, like, you have to have a good level to start it, and I don't want to do hard stuff, like, that should be too hard for me. When they see, like, my videos and all that, like, no, that's not my level. But everyone starts from scratch. When I started doing CrossFit, I wasn't like deadlifting 135 kilos. Yeah, I use my deadlift as a reference because I found that really good. I was lifting nothing. I couldn't finish a word. I couldn't do a pull-up. I couldn't, like, when I remembered, one of the first one that I've done was the Murph. Yeah, I'm really lucky. I told you I've done it like 100 times. I'm gonna show you what's the Murph. I hope that I have a video or just like waiting somewhere. Just saying that it's hard in terms of like muscle endurance, kills you so longer, but that's so good. So I've, like, the first time I had to do it, and I've like scaled it, and scaled it again. Like, that was the scale of the scale of the scale. I've done it in purse. I couldn't do pull-ups, so I did jumping pull-ups. I couldn't do push-ups, so I did like hand release push-ups. The only thing that I could do was run, but I ran really fast, really slow. I used to run marathon, not sprint, so like kilometers and a half wasn't that long for me. Like, to, you know, keep the pace and all. But that's the thing. Like, can you imagine that? If I've done this, and like, that was one of my first ones, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wow, you couldn't do a push-up. You couldn't do a push-up, you have to be kidding me. And like, that's the thing, is that when we don't do a throwback, when we don't think about, like, that's why I'm recording everything that I'm doing. First, because I'm really narcissistic. Secondly, because I found that seeing my improvement will help me so much to know my value and to understand that I'm improving. Because if you don't see, it's like every time. I told you last time about the new moon. Why I was really shocked of the power of the new moon is not really the power that comes from the new moon, like the moon. Maybe, you know, I don't really know, but for me, the power, you get stuff from outside, from the universe all the time. Like, I just noticed when I wrote down everything that I wanted to achieve, everything that I have done, and I took a look at it again, I was like, oh my god, I've done so many things this month. because in 24 hours you can do so many things, but you don't really notice at the moment. You have to write it down, to say it, to see it again, and then you notice that you've done so many things. You can't, like me, when I finish my day, I'm not like, oh, you learned so many things today, you've done so many things. I'm like, all right, like that's the problem. We don't live in the present moment, so we don't really pay attention of what we're doing, and recording all those things are, for me, was really important. So when I noticed like the video that I took, the first week of CrossFit, my first rope climb, my first push-up, my first pull-up, whatever it was, I would have loved having a video of me, like first time when I talked, or I don't know, something like this, and I would be like, oh, you used to speak French. Like, that was a good one. Like, for example, when I started like learning English, I have no video of me speaking Spanish because I was too ashamed. Like, I didn't have any self-awareness of confidence to be like, let's speak in front of the camera in English. And now, like, if I had to compare both of them, I know that a year ago I sucked. I know that a few months ago I wasn't that good. I know that now I'm improving. You know, that's all about trusting the process, and it's in everything. Like, I remember that after a week, actually she wanted me to do handstand walk with her. I was like, what's handstand walk? And she said, what? I mean, you haven't learned the words yet? Are you serious? They said inchworm. I was like, oh my god, what's an inchworm? And they were like, no, you have to learn it. They just screamed at me. And I remember that I had always my phone with me after school with like the lexic, you know, of CrossFit. I was like, okay, hey mom, every minute on the minute, all right, I'm rep as many rounds as possible. Like that. They were all like, you're gonna stop going to the gym soon enough. And I was like, no, I went to the gym every day for the last 4 or 5 years. I'm not gonna stop at all. Like, that's impossible for me. And they were like, let's see, like, we're gonna talk about this in a month. Just come every day and we're gonna talk about this. After a month, really, like, I'm not kidding, after a month, I was like training there. So in the morning at 8, from 8 to 12, I was eating there at the gym, like a CrossFit. And I was taking a nap there and training again during the afternoon there, because I started like having a program and I had to do class and all. So I just spent my whole day there. And I remember it was on Saturday, and then the coach came and he was like, are you still here? You didn't leave since this morning when we had the class? I was like, no, yeah, I'm eating. Like, no, I'm gonna train again. Did you go to the gym also? And I say, no, I haven't been there in a while. And then I noticed, I was like, my god, I just stopped going to the gym. Like, I didn't notice at all. I started like, and I can't tell you that from the day to the other, I was like, alright, you're gonna stop doing 1 hour of CrossFit, you're gonna do 6 hours, because this is what people think, you know? But no, it was just like step by step. I stopped. Like, I mean, I started going like an hour just for the class, then staying a bit after, doing some handstand walk practice, then staying half an hour again to stretch, then staying after 2 hours, 2 hours and a half just to talk to people, to take a shower there, then 3 hours and 4, then program, then, you know, like, it was just an accumulation of so many things that I had to do. What I found that so beautiful, to love something this much, because I, like, maybe one day I'll stop loving it, like, yeah, loving it. Maybe one day I'll be like, no, I want to start something else. I want to do calisthenics, or I don't know what, strict workout. I want to be like, I've always, like, by the way, I don't know if you ever, please, if like guys that are doing parkours and all see this video, text me, because I would love to try out just to learn. So it's like some things of strict workouters also. I love those things, and I really need to pass my first muscle ups. Like, I need it so bad. So yeah, and over there, I don't like the if I, but in this case I really want to like put the accent to show my idea, like what would have happened is that if I've never decided to go there and try it, there's so many things I would have never experienced. people that we would have never met that really changed, that just build up what I'm doing right now. Even if it has been only a year and a half, I'm into a process that's gonna spend years, and I'm gonna be so proud of in few years. And I'm like, if you were still at the gym, training by yourself, feeling anxious, feeling unconfident, didn't like, just focusing on nothing and just at the moment just turning around, what would have been your purpose? I mean, maybe I would have like discovered something else and going to I don't know, like how they call this, I forgot, like yeah, like bodybuilding, fitness competition and stuff like this. I had the name in my head. It has been a long time. Just saying that when I discovered CrossFit, it was like a blessing, and I hope that I'm gonna discover so other many things. It's starting to be dark outside and I haven't eaten my lunch yet. Oh my god, my neck. So that's it. I would like to know about you, which sport you do, or what do you love, and how did you discover it? I would love to know. I know that sport can make a big difference now. Sport is something good for your health, but it can be sport, can be anything, something that when you started doing it, you just felt more confident, better, you decided to change. And also don't, as I always said, like I've never been like afraid of changing, so I just changed all the time. At the moment I feel that I'm done with something, I've danced for years and I just stopped from the day to the other. I was like, I don't want to dance anymore. I just did the gym, I played piano. I should show you all those things like once, but anyway, it started getting really dark outside. Have a nice day, guys. I wish you all the best. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and let me like let a commenter and like let a comment, not a commenter. Sophia, stop translating every word from French to English, and maybe just follow me on my social networks and on my YouTube channel. I love you guys. See you later.